What's going on, everybody? This is Kaotic Radio, and we are the Cannabis Couch. We have a whole bunch of fucking guests today, which is awesome because we're going to have all kinds of shit to talk about, which is great. So why don't you everybody start introducing yourselves, because we have Breaking Slabs, we have Cushy Kitty, we have Sparked Interest Photography, and we also have the other homie over here. So we're going to get everybody to introduce yourself. Why don't you start off, Baking Slabs?
My name is Mike. I'm from Baking Slabs. How y'all doing?
Hey, I'm Cushy Kitty. I'm from Florida, San Diego. I represent Cannabis Chronicle.
Hello, my name is Brian. I am with Sparked Interest Photography, and I'm also with Cannabis Chronicle.
All right, good deal. So what is Cannabis Chronicle? That's been mentioned now twice. So what is it exactly?
Cannabis Chronicle is a cannabis awareness magazine that we have in San Diego. It's an absolutely wonderful paper. It involves everything from art, cannabis awareness, medicinal awareness. They're affiliated with Roots Institute, which is kind of like a network hub. And they're getting up and running in San Diego real strong now, too.
Good deal, good deal. Out there to show awareness for the patients and spread the good word of cannabis.
Kind of to show, too, that it's not what people think. Like, quote-unquote stoner culture isn't just smoking. You know, like, we live a whole life. You know, we go to movies, we go to museums, we have barbecues in the park with kids that have nothing to do with smoking.
Right.
You know, it's a life. It's not just what people perceive as getting high.
Exactly. Yeah, we like to call it cannabis culture here.
Exactly.
And so it gives a little bit better to it because it is a culture. You know, we're families, we're hardworking individuals, business people. Every single one of us here is a business.
Well, we were all late because we were so busy.
Yeah, doing everybody's thing, but that's part of it. It is a culture. You know, we're not just a bunch of stoners that run around. Don't get me wrong, we're all probably stoned, but you know, we do work. We work very hard every single day at the same point of getting high, and it's a really cool thing to be able to show everybody.
I think so. I feel really lucky to be able to do that.
Yeah, definitely. So, Baking Slabs, bro, tell us a little bit about what you do exactly.
Well, we got started back in 2015, me and my boy, and we just kind of, had an intro into it a long time ago, but got branded, in 2015, got the logo going, this, that, and the other. We're just about putting out quality concentrates. We see, a lot of stuff out there over the years, especially in the past, that just wasn't up to par. And we were like, you know what? We always had a lot of stuff for like the deliveries that people that we knew were turning into crumbles, and we like, you know what? Let's get a closed loop. Let's step this up and take it for real. So that's what we did, and we've just been trying to go full steam ever since we got going. Haven't missed a lick.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Good quality product. That's
excellent
what everybody
quality
needs.
Product.
Yes,
that's one of the only
we'll get to that here in a minute. Trust and believe that.
Good deal. Yeah. He was right when he showed up. He's like, "Yo, can you spark this up?"
That's what he's my dude. You know what I mean? That's why I've been able to depend on him as an ear, as a confidant, and just to kind of help me navigate my way through the world here in California. He's been here for me since I've met him.
Good deal. Yeah, he seems like a real good guy. I just met him a few minutes ago, and he's already.
It's about helping people. You got to like build a team around you. Like you can only do so much as one person. You could only be in so many places at one time. If you help a lot of people, it just tends to come back to you. Some people call it karma, whatever have you. But if you put good out there, most likely for most people, good will come back to you. So you don't always expect things in return, but sometimes it just finds its way back to you. So things get built from there.
Right. That's basically how the cannabis industry started, right? Because we were all a black market a few years ago, and now all of a sudden we're an industry. What the fuck happened?
It's crazy.
It's nuts, right? I remember sitting back and being like, oh man, one day it'd be cool to own my own weed shop, and well, fuck, I've owned like 3. So it's just it's like, oh fuck, now it's a reality. Now it's kind of like, oh fuck, now what am I gonna do?
I'm from Florida, like where you have to hide it, and the whole way from LA, Herb Nerd and I were just blazing up. It's awesome to like.
Which is still illegal. I don't say you can do it.
No, it's no good. You don't
that.
have to worry about it.
Yeah,
but it's no good.
Yeah,
you shouldn't.
You still can.
But hey,
if you choose to, I guess.
I knew I had to run right in the door. So.
Yeah, she did. She was texting me like, "I'm 3 minutes away. I'll be right there." So really, the reason that we had this entire episode started was because of Sparked Interest Photography.
Yes.
This all started because I hit you up and I wanted you to be on the show because I love the fucking pictures you take. You take awesome pictures of the glass. You really show it as art. you really show the art as art through your photography, which is a great thing. And so that's really what this all started, like I said, from is having you on, bro. So I'm really happy to have you here, Brian. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
That's a good deal, man. So I want to ask, let's start from the basic part of it of how'd you get into photography?
I got back into photography back in the early 2000s in the real estate industry.
Okay.
And just kind of fell into my lap. A buddy of mine had a business that was doing marketing stuff for the real estate agency and started doing websites for real estate. They were individually based for specific properties. I got hired on to take the pictures, and about a year ago, I decided to take the photos to the cannabis, something that I love and that I've always been a part of. And that's pretty much where I am now.
Yeah, it's a good deal, man. Good deal. Yeah, I saw your shots of at the Hitman Coffee Shop grand opening, and I really liked those. And that's kind of why one of the big reasons I hit you up is because they support you, and I kind of support everybody they do too. So, which is really great, man. So thank you for doing all that, showcasing their work and making it look really well. It looked even better than it did in person, honestly, in your photography, because I was like, damn, that really looks nice. Not saying they're bad pieces, but you really showcase them very well, and you really showcase the entire venue as a really nice chill kickback spot, and it was nice, dude. I liked your
it was a beautiful venue. It was a pleasure to be there that night.
It is, and I think we're all going to be back there a little bit later on tonight at some point, aren't we?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, and have a good old little stoner sesh there.
We're gonna have to go buck Chris.
Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah, I can sit down and hit some of those new pieces. I saw that DNA line that they got going out, and that was fucking insane.
I was, I had to run in and out, so I had to run on Doug. But Herb Nerd got to do a dab on a piece that we weren't even allowed to take a picture of.
Oh, see, we get to go back to that. That's okay.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I'm jealous right now. For the next few hours, I'm jealous.
But that's why he does what he does, because he gets to do neat stuff like that.
Oh yeah, no,
awesome.
that's why we all do what we do. It's because we get to do neat shit. Like, hey, some of us don't make a bunch of money doing this, but hey, we get to show up to what we want and get in and smoke for free and have fun and get to see shit nobody gets to see.
Make really good friends.
Yeah, you do. You make really good friends. I've always made friends with smoking weed. Like, hey, you smoke weed? Yeah, I smoke weed. Hey, we just became friends.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how it works, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about your photography and just what your overall love for cannabis is and why you shoot cannabis.
I've been in love with cannabis since I was 12 years old, since I first smoked a joint.
Same here.
I mean, what is there not to love about it? They're like
the resin.
Yeah. No, I love that too.
The stains all over your shorts and pants and shirts and everything you own because you smoke wax.
Yeah, exactly.
I fucked up so many pair of Dickies shorts and pants, so you could just see them ruined from the dabs. I'm like, holy shit.
Every pair I have this thing.
Time for some new ones.
Every pair of pants.
Yeah, Okay, I'm not wearing them, but I have a pair of Dickies shorts that have like right on the inside of the leg, they have a fat stain of some hash oil.
It's like war wounds.
Well, yeah, I still wear them. I'm like, whatever. Well, I still wear them now because I'm like, well, if I'm gonna go make some of that stuff, I might as well just fucking wear the shorts. Already has it on there. I already ruined those sons of bitches. So many clothes have just been ruined from walking into rooms, being like, oh, well, I guess this is a gross shirt now, isn't it?
At least they're well loved.
Yeah. Yeah, but I lost a lot of shirts, man.
Me too.
I feel like walking through like my dad's grow because it's all like just big and open and everything, and so then you gotta like you itch so bad, so you just gotta throw on like a flannel or something. It's 100 degrees, and you're like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, but it's so fucking hot in the green rooms.
Dude, I sweat, but it don't matter. Like I have too much hair. I have to, because I don't want to get my hair in the plants.
Oh fuck! I don't know.
I tend to wear some pretty sticky plants.
I just tend to buzz my head. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just shave my head. I don't want to do it.
Well, that's a little bit. I'm not shaving my head. So I'll wear a hoodie.
Cancer patient. Wear a hoodie and just be all hot. Oh,
right. I actually met Brian through his photography.
Did you really?
Yeah, and our love of Doug.
And your love of Doug.
Our love of Doug. We started talking about Chalice because I was talking about ticket giveaways. And I believe he said he had the judge's kit coming. I was like, well, we're going to have to make friends. And it just happened that there was an event coming that he was going to be in the area. And I was like, dude, we have a chance to meet today. And he came down. That was the 420 games.
Yeah.
And he took awesome pictures of that too.
Yeah, I think I saw those on your page as well. I've been looking at all your pictures.
Yeah, that's actually the reason why I ended up at Hitman, is because Kish Cudi and I
team.
started to work together with Candy Chronicle, and
see what happens.
It's been pretty good to us so far.
That's good. Yeah, you guys seem like you guys have been taking off and everything. I know she works real hard. I've been paying attention the last couple of weeks, and actually about a month here, of what you guys are really into, and you work your ass off. You're all over the fucking place.
Thank you.
I gotta say, I don't even get to.
I do a lot of work at home too.
Yeah, I don't even get out to events like that. I go see, like, I don't know. I guess I just walk in, I see people I want to see, and I fucking leave. But I'm
lucky. Like, I get invited to a lot of stuff, and I think it's because they know that if I'm going to be there and we're going to be putting a piece in Canon Chronicle, like, it's going to show love. Mm-hmm. Even we never leave in. You're never going to hear something negative out of our mouth about anybody. Like, anything we do is going to show love, and it's going to showcase the vendors, and of course, like, we're always any kind of companion care vendor. They're going to get a big paragraph.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel
most definitely, because it's the best way to get it out, word of mouth.
Yeah, it really is, and I mean, that's how I travel in this industry. There's so many different companies, vendors, whatever you want to call them, that it has to travel by word of mouth or social media or whatever. Exactly. And that's still word of mouth. The new age word of mouth, right? It's the repost apps and stuff like that.
It's kind of amazing though,
It's a good thing.
It is.
But I like social media for that reason. I mean, it's helped my show take off, and it's helped me, when I walk into places, say, hey, this is who I am, and everybody recognizes it and stuff. Yeah. So it's a lot easier. Yeah, but we all got to get in on the game. It's a whole new part of this industry, I think, as well too, because when this industry first started, Instagram really wasn't around. You know what I mean? And now that it's around, people in the game are having to realize how to use it and everything like that. And
I still trip out on it a little bit to this day. I'm like, man, you post your business for everyone to see it.
See, now there's something. The
whole idea still hasn't, been like 100% kosher.
So there's definitely pages I block.
Well, like you said, you post your business for everyone to see.
Well,
so it's kind of
it depends on what business.
I mean, doing edibles versus say
baking slabs.
There's kind of a reason. I think obvious reasons why. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, I see a lot of people post up things that they shouldn't. Like, this is still federally illegal, and concentrates are still heavily federally illegal. So if you're putting up a video of you making it, it's probably not the best idea.
I don't think there's ever been a video of me dabbing, and people have asked me.
There's pictures of me dabbing. I'm a medical patient. I was dabbing.
I am too.
I'm all good on those, but
I just don't think I don't know. I've never done it.
I'm not going to take a picture of my grow and post it, or take a picture of me making hash and post it for sure.
Pictures.
What I trip out is on people that are working in the gray market that are posting all that shit.
Yeah.
For sales. Yeah, that's terrible.
That's just asking to get rolled up on.
Yeah, it's different when like the Jungle Boys do it, or TLC does it, or it's who else is real big, like Super Clinic or something, because they're licensed. You know what I mean? Right. They pay the taxes, they go through. But for everybody that isn't exactly kosher,
right?
You're just kind of asking for trouble, and I eventually think that they're going to start prosecuting people under 64 if you stay in business and whatnot, because
they're definitely going to have to figure out the law soon and what they're going to do about it. Individuals that are outside of the law.
Well, I mean, and then see, I think that's what is going to have some adjustment, especially in this industry, because we've always been outside of the law.
Yeah.
None of us have ever played inside the, within the rules. If we all played in the rules, we wouldn't be sitting here. That's for fucking sure. And this industry wouldn't be around if we all played by the rules.
Absolutely.
So now we have to all figure out how to play by the rules and how to all get licensed and everything, which, don't get me wrong, there's going to be a small percentage of us that do and figure it out. There's already, people are going after those licensing and whatnot, but then I know people right now that are starting up shops just because they know that this is kind of a gold rush period.
Yeah. They're going to ride out the next
a lot of them out there.
Yeah, and there's going to be even more by the time, come January. I I know about 10 people that are just gonna be like, oh, fuck it, and shut down business because they don't want to deal with it. And they're like, okay, now we have to get a license. We just don't want to deal with it. We'll go work for other people that are going to get a license.
Exactly.
I mean, in all reality, let's just say, it's January 1st, 2018. Do you really think that like that day, like there's going to be some kind of like weed squad that comes around and just like, all right, you're all out of business, lock it up. It's going to take time. The people right. It's hard to say really because I've heard through the grapevine from other people that like they haven't even really gotten it all together and like put it in stone yet and like really 100% solidified it yet. So when the time comes, the laws will go into effect because it was written, but I don't think everything will be in place, so to speak, and I don't think just come that day it's all going to just change overnight is kind of what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think it'll just come and change overnight, but we already have people. I was sent an article by our sound engineer earlier today that showed the mayor of Upland is proposing a super ban, as she put it, on all commercial grows in the city of Upland. And she put it up on Facebook and she put, let me know your thoughts. And I didn't see one yes for the super ban on her Facebook. Everybody was like, hell no.
My first response would be, well, okay, well, do you plan on taking it away from the commercial people and putting it in the hands of the small people so they can do like a legitimate small grow to take care of their needs and their medical stuff? Or is it for political reasons? Like what's the deal behind it?
Because it very strategically said commercial grows, commercial industry. How are they exactly going to portray that out there and be like,
look how Colorado's been. They've been kind of going on for a while. They've kind of been like a model to look at. And now I just seen on Facebook or whatever it was, they're taking down the plant limit per patient to where it's like 4 or 6 or something like small, like medical, like the medical note, like we've had here for the longest time, like, so many vegging, so many flowering.
Right.
It's a joke. Like legalization is really just all it is taking it from the common people who kind of like all started it, which is like a million to however many, and putting it in the hands of a bunch of people who probably don't even blaze just because they have a whole shit ton of money.
Oh yeah, no, that's exactly what it's going to be.
Bravo for voting on that one. Fuck yeah.
and you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen, because that's exactly what's going to fucking happen.
Yeah, bunch of dumb fucks that don't even know anything about the cannabis culture, like what we were discussing earlier, but now they're in control of it all.
They probably all watch Fox News too, so.
Well, I don't watch TV at all because I think it's all a bunch of bullshit, but
I'm with you.
It's just I'm like, fuck it. I have Netflix and I sit and watch Archer.
I watch Netflix.
That's all I watch. I don't have regular television.
Archer
I'm fucking over it. Oh, I fucking love Archer.
I love cartoons.
Here's the thing. I remember like back in the day when you went up north to like Humboldt and you paid like 42 or 48 for some fire.
I miss those days.
And but the quality was out of this world.
Yeah.
And as the prices went down, the quality went down with it. And then he did a lot of monocropping where it was a lot of sour diesel pushing out to New York and whatnot. The OGs came in heavy. More and more people got the OGs, just doing greenhouse after greenhouse of OGs, because that's what's making them the money. They're not concerned about quality anymore. That's the same shit that's going to happen here. All the bomb genetics and all the good stuff that everyone's like used to seeing right now is slowly going to go wayward because of production, and like they're gonna have to like cover cost of the buildings, cover cost of employees. What happens when they can't spray anything or do this or that, and they have like an order that goes back due to default because of pesticide or mold or something like that? Prices are going to skyrocket. People are going to pay through the nose for garbage production weed.
Yeah,
it's already starting to happen. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's some stuff
I've seen
on the
it in Denver.
That's just, there's people that are trying to get into the business that don't really know what they're doing right now, and the market's kind of getting flooded with a bunch of shit. That's why you see prices going up to, you see some good stuff going 36, when a year ago that was unheard of, just because there's so much crap out there.
Yep.
Yeah, and that is the truth, that our good strains are going to become true connoisseur strains, and they're not going to be really found in the shops. And if you do find them in the shops, you're going to be paying a lot of money. And that's unfortunate, because the shop is going to charge you a lot of money for it. Plus, you're going to have a 46% tax on top of that. So, I mean, if we're going back to paying $50 an eighth is now going to be like $75. What's that make that? Almost $80 for an eighth?
A crappy eighth.
Hell, you can almost buy a fucking half ounce for that price right now. Some okay shit. Right. You know what I mean? Like now it's going to be an eighth. Much money. and that's what we have to really start paying attention to. My co-host Danny Boom, who is up in Washington right now, put up a thing, and it was $70 for an eighth.
For an eighth.
Yeah, for an eighth.
In Washington?
Yeah, in
State?
Washington, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, after all the tax
Is
and
that
everything.
is that the top shelf price or the average?
That was well, I mean, it's
Like
top shelf. It's not.
okay. I would hope so.
Yeah, it's Danny. It's not something garbage. So I'm sure he was looking at something good, but yeah, still $70 for an
That's
eighth.
crazy.
I mean,
That reminds me of like when the cards first started coming around to to Cali, and people were like in 02, 03 when it kind of first started to take off, and like people were getting 60, 70, 80 an eighth. I'm like, oh wow.
oh no, my
No
shop made a
way.
killing because I was surrounded by shops that would have $60, $70 eighths because they're like, oh, it's the bomb. I'd sell the same shit for fucking $45, $50, and I'd have a line.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And at
Sorry,
the end
guys.
of the day, that adds up to more.
Yeah, volume business, gentlemen. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I take my 300 patients that buying it, you know what I mean? And everybody came in for it.
Happy.
Yeah, and happy as clams and walking out. And I was making a killing and they were happy. I was happy. I mean, that's the basics of sales, right?
It's
You
not-
make money and your customer leaves happy. Good deal.
that is
Everybody
the
wins.
basics. It should be, But like any other business, there's people out there that are just about the dollar.
Yeah, and like he said, that's going to bring in 64 is going to bring in a lot of that. It's going to push out a lot of things with Upland. Sorry, brain fart. Damn, that fucking shit was good. That was a good joint.
I told you.
That was that Skittles.
That was that Skittles. That was a good fucking joint. We didn't even smoke the whole thing because it kind of fucked up. But
Shouts out to the third gen family for putting out an amazing strain.
damn,
Right.
I'm fucking high. I didn't even want to get this high before the show. I hate getting this high
Well, you
before the
messed
show.
up bringing me.
I get all fucked up sometimes. No, see, after the show, we're good.
Brian walks away from me in sessions because he knows I'm gonna stop everywhere and get a dab and bug him to do it. Come on, dab.
I'll dab up all day long, but if I'm working, I gotta get those
I
pictures.
know. I'll let him do
I'm
what
with
he's
that man
gonna
with
do. Well, yeah, I'm learning, but
Yeah,
sometimes
see, you can't. You
like,
gotta be on your hustle. You gotta be 100% because that other motherfucker that's 90, you gotta be better than him all the time.
I see the people I know and they call me over. It almost feels like a dare. I have to.
Yeah, but
have
see,
to.
they're like, hey, you want a dab? And I look at their stuff and I'm like, no.
Oh, well, yeah.
No,
that-
because it looks like your coffee. And
No,
I'm
no,
like, yeah,
that
no,
happens
I'm
too.
good. I'm good. I'm really high. I just took one.
That
is-
happens
I
too.
say that so many times at
I think I
fucking sessions.
insult people sometimes because the ones who've gotten to know me that know if I say no, I'm good.
Yeah, they know it's shit.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey, me too. Vendors, if you see me, yeah, I'm a total snob. I'm a total fucking
Yeah,
snob.
I am too.
Yeah, if you see me and they say no to your stuff, it's because I didn't like your shit. Start
Yeah.
making better shit.
Dude, if I don't like
See
the
his shit?
person,
I didn't say no to his shit. But your shit, if I say no to it,
yeah.
make better shit.
If I don't like the person, it could be bomb if I don't like the
I don't
person.
give a fuck
I'm
about
not-
the person.
I do.
You can make the bomb and shit and be a horrible fucked up person. I'm still gonna smoke your shit.
I
mean,
won't. I might in
let's keep it
secret.
real.
I
Let's
might
keep
in
it
secret.
real.
I may not buy it,
This
but I'll
guy's
smoke
addicted.
it.
I
There
did
you
not
go.
buy it. There you
I
go.
wasn't gonna say that, but somebody else did for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the truth. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you want to give me a free dab? Fuck yeah.
It's rare though. I've been so lucky to meet like some. We have been lucky to meet some awesome vendors. Like, we
Oh yeah,
really have. Yeah.
I've met some great people in this game. I've been in it for a long time. I was in this game and nobody really knew who I was because I worked for the glass company and I kind of got to roll around in the background and meet everybody big
Right.
before
Well,
everything got real big. So it was real lucky for me, and that's kind of how I got into where I am and why I'm on mic 1. It's just
I know who you worked with. Yeah, you told me.
I know a lot of people. Yeah. I mentioned it on the last show. Yeah, I worked for Sovereignty for a number of years, and I worked with a number of other glass blowers, and I'm actually not going to mention those guys.
I love art.
Yeah, no,
such
it's
an
art. It's a great thing.
Yeah,
It's
I've
a
known
great thing.
Steve since high school.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you know a few of my cousins.
Yep.
Unfortunately. They're not the best people in the world, I'm going to tell them. But I've known Steve for a while. I worked for him for a very, very long time, and he's a good guy. He's a great artist and stuff. He's eccentric.
Yep.
I'll definitely say that
Most
he's
artists
fucking
are.
eccentric. No, you got to meet Steve. It's a different level of eccentricity, but if you look at his art, it translates because all of a sudden you look at what he makes, and you're like, holy fuck, that's crazy. That's how you think.
Yeah, that's
fuck
what
you
was
do
in
that?
your head, huh?
Yeah, exactly. That's what's in your head.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, thank you, Willie. He says that we all look great.
Thank you,
We got a
Willie.
comment that we all look great on there. Thank you. How you doing?
Thank you.
Oh, we have multiple camera angles now. I didn't even notice this shit.
Oh yeah.
I was too high.
It was way too high. We got all this shit going on over here. Yeah, they called and told me, they're like, hey, we got a bunch more cameras. We're going to be on. I was like, okay, cool. I don't even know.
That's nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, I always just look at that camera because it points right at me. But now you guys have one right here, too.
Right.
That points at you guys. So we can see everything. So hi, everybody, the YouTube feed out there.
Hi, everybody. I'm sure I have some family watching. I'm hoping. Friends. We have some vendors that might be tuning in. I hope so. If they're on my page, you know it's because they're compassionate caregivers, and I back them.
That's what's up. And that's
Absolutely.
Good stuff. I hope to see a lot of those people around coming next year. I know.
Dude, you'll see a few of them tonight.
But yeah, and I'm down for that and everything. But like I said, I hope to see them around next year. I hope people like that get licensing. I hope they stay in the game because it is gonna be difficult.
I think I've been lucky enough to find some serious people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about it is, I'm not going to doubt their passion,
right.
But people's pocketbooks and passion are a different thing. And for the manufacturers, it's going to get very, very expensive because right now, what's your packaging? You throw it on as some wax paper and take it in as a slab.
And as a matter of fact, I take that very serious because I actually buy oil slick brand rolls and custom packaging for Monkey Pack Me. Shout out to Monkey Pack Me for their amazing packaging. They do amazing jars. Just you name it for the cannabis industry. They hold it down over there, and I really believe that if you take your packaging serious and you have a good product that goes into it, people are going to take you serious. If you just kind of have some staples, manila folder, with some Stater Brothers parchment paper, some bullshit like that, it's like, dude, come on, bro. This is weak. Step your game up.
You know something that they teach in Business 101 is packaging. Yeah. It is 9/10 of selling a product is the way it fucking looks.
But I also believe though you don't want to just have some cool packaging and some booty product. You got to have both. You got to come correct with your product and have packaging that wraps it up tight.
Yeah.
So.
And unfortunately, I know that there are a few companies out there that have wonderful packaging, and their product tastes like shit. And for some reason, they're super popular. And they're most of them for me are the ones that the little candies that you suck on and stuff. All those taste like shit to me because it's like I can just go eat a nug. I don't need to eat this. I don't need to spend $20 on this. I can go fucking get a nug for cheaper than that.
But those new candies, infused edibles, those are awesome.
No, some of them are really good. Some of them are really good.
Like my new favorites.
Other ones that I know some that have flashy packaging and they suck.
It depends on the company, whether it be hard candies or chocolates. If they do it right, whether it be made with straight shatter, or if it's made with RSO, this, that, or the other. A lot
of them just spray it too.
It's the care they put into it, just like any other thing, just like the flour, just like the shatter end of it, or the concentrate into things. If you put in good care and you do everything right from the beginning, you're gonna get a better product. Like for chocolate bars, the one that stands out to me recently the most is the punch edibles, like those little tiny chocolate bars. They're like 9 little itty bitty squares, but dude, those motherfuckers pack a punch. Yeah. So they hold up to their name.
That's why they call them punch.
Yeah, that's why they call them punch.
Those are.
I gotta pick some of those up. I gotta try that.
They are bomb.
And punch, if you want to donate any to the show, so we can try them and review them.
We all love them. We'll give you a great review.
Give you an article on Kind of Conical.
I'll tell you, every time I go to a session, if I see them, I always end up stuck for a minute with them.
Yeah, see, I can't. Everybody always tries to offer me edibles at sessions, and don't get me wrong, I love them, but I cannot fucking eat them because I would be a zombie 30 minutes later over in the corner.
I wish it did that to me. It doesn't do that.
Oh fuck! They just gotta keep.
I can eat them and eat them and eat them.
It all breaks down to marketing. Yeah. So if you got somebody on your team that knows what they're doing with marketing and knows how to make an image and get your image out there, if you don't have a good product and you've got a good marketing team, you can still make it big.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. There's Fortune 500 companies that do that kind of shit.
So
yeah, you know what I mean?
If you need some good pictures for marketing,
there you go.
Here we are.
There you go. And he does take amazing pictures. They really are amazing pictures. And that's kind of what we're going to get back to it. I know we got really off topic on a bunch of stuff, but we have a lot of people here. So there's a lot of shit to talk about.
We're stoners. They get it.
And we're stoners. But really the basis of the show and what we're going to focus on, and we kind of do it the second hour, is we're going to focus on the photography and why I think it's a good thing because it displays our culture in a positive light. You know what I mean? For the longest time, when you saw pictures of people smoking weed, it was not flattering at all. The people didn't look very flattering at all. They weren't professional photos, you know, you could tell. And even if they were professional photos, they still weren't flattering photos. Yeah. You know, you can look at professional photos of Woodstock and you're like, yeah, a bunch of hippies. And yeah, a bunch of fucking hippies. You know, it's just not, it's not professional. It's not out there. It's not the image that the cannabis industry is going to need in the next, you know, upcoming fucking multi-generations. Yep. Because now that it's becoming this legal, I think it's going to do nothing but take off, and the rest of our kids and everything are going to be around it. My ex-wife asked me, you know, she goes, what are you going to do when the kids start smoking weed? And I said, well, just make sure they smoke good weed.
Right.
I mean, what can I do at that point? Yeah. You know, like make sure they have good glass and good weed. That's all I can do, and make sure, you know, they know, like, if you want to do the smoke weed, you have to get good grades. I always did.
Right.
So you have to too. And that's
I have kids, and
we've got a long way to go. There's been lies been put out on marijuana and cannabis, you know, since the 20s, 30s.
Yeah, 1936 is when it all really got fucked.
Well, I think it was 1930. They did. Wasn't that when that cannabis movie, Reefer Madness?
Yeah, Reefer Madness. Yeah.
So the lies have been like stacked upon generations, and you know, we just need to keep on working and break through that stigma.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we need to stop referring to it as weed and things like that. It needs to be referred to as cannabis and marijuana, because those are, and medicine, because those are like, that's what it is, you know, and that'll help break that stigmata and whatnot, because everybody wants to be like, oh, I want to go get really high. And it's like, well, this isn't always just around to get people high.
Right.
You know, this is, I understand, you know, like I've said this many times on the show, that this is becoming recreational. People are going to buy it just to get high, but the forefront of this and the whole reason why it could ever become recreational was because we had a medical marijuana industry for a very, very long time, and here in California we had it for a super long time,
like 25 years or something, I think.
Before you know, mid-90s. Yeah, I think it was 96. 96, 95 is when we voted. 96 is when it went through. So I think it had like 26 years.
It didn't really like gain much momentum though till like, I'd say probably, you know, 02, 03, 04. Like, you know, it took some years. I mean, there was a couple of people here and there that had their card. Everyone heard about that guy that got the big tin with like the bullshit joints that were all up in it, you know, but it didn't really get rolling until like the early 2000s. And then it gained a hell of a lot of momentum like in 08, and then 10, 12 rolled around, and the dab scene took a hold, and it's just been a snowball effect.
It took off after the dab scene. But I want to go hit on a point. You said the guy that got the big tin with the jars.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember the guy's name. I believe he lived in Missouri. Maybe he lived in Missouri. But yeah, he ended up getting like so many joints per month. Like
Miami.
You know,
No, we had somebody in Miami the same way.
There was a few people.
He was like the original though. He was the OG, or maybe he was a California resident. My memory's not, you know.
No, I remember seeing that. When I went up to Oaksterdam and stuff, they told a story about one of the ladies that was grandfathered into that program, and about how she got a whole thing full of tins. I think it came from the University of like Kansas or Kentucky or
it's the University of Mississippi, where they had like the first grows going on.
Right,
But it was a bunch of nasty brown bullshit.
Yeah, and the joints that they actually get are really fucked up. It's just seeds and stems. It's literally like the whole plant.
It's just American.
In there.
It's just American brick pack, you know, just growing over here.
Like they're like hand rolling cigarettes.
And what's worse is American brick pack is way shittier than Mexican brick pack.
Yes.
I'll smoke Mexican brick weed over American brick weed.
I've been looking for some.
Mexican brick weed? You can't find it anymore. Nobody has it.
Yeah, I know.
Need a little gasoline in your system?
Ooh.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I watched a little article on some kind of news media thing saying that a lot of the Mexican farmers are switching over to heroin now because there's bigger demand for it.
Yeah.
And they can't get rid of their marijuana here anymore because everybody's growing in the States now.
Yeah, it's such a flooded market.
They're just like real keen on killing people.
You know, that's what happens when you take something out, when you take the economy away from somebody.
Yes.
Now, let's switch that over a little bit and let's see what's going to happen here. What do you think is going to happen to all these guys that got like, you know, 2 10 lighters right now, or 2, 15 lighters, whatever have you, and all of a sudden Walmart moves them out, you know, Weed Mart moves them out of the corner. Right. What do you think that guy's going to do if he can't get a job paying his bills?
You're gonna
Bravo on voting for 64, man. You
Yeah,
made
thanks,
rich people
guys.
rich.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's the shame. It is going to shove a lot of people out. They say in there, oh, it's for the first 5 years, big commercial grows can't come in, but it doesn't matter because once they do hit, it's going to flood the market. So they basically created a gold rush for 4 years. And that's the thing is that they say, oh, for the first 5 years. Yeah, well, for the first year of the act, they're not even doing anything with it. So that takes out a whole year of people actually being able to really set up and have these big grows and be able to establish themselves. So it's only 4 years that you actually really get to compete and set yourself up before these big boys get to come in. And believe me, they're already here.
Oh, yeah.
They already own the buildings. When the day that they get the okay, their lights turned on, their plants are already underneath. They're going.
They're already working on genetics.
Yes, they already have genetics. Philip Morris and Johnson & Johnson have already created the most powerful, potent strain of marijuana, so potent that nature could never replicate it. So it doesn't matter how many great strains you grab and put them together, nature could never replicate it. And you want to know what's crazy about it? It's like almost 2-point-something% CBDs, which is nuts. You can't replicate. You can't find that.
That's crazy.
Right? So, yeah, there's a good and a bad to it. You know what I mean?
It'll be there.
The Monsanto Kush.
Monsanto Kush.
The GMO.
But it's
the GMO cookies.
right. But at the same point, there are good points to it because think about it. If you have that high of CBDs, that is truly going to help somebody.
I can't hate it.
We'll see, but then how much is that going to cost? And then is it
there you go.
Is it
How
going
much
to be? Is it genetically modified? How much is it going to cost? We'll find out. Time will tell.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly the thing. Is that time will tell on where we're going to go with all of this and where the great bits of cannabis are and everything, because like he keeps saying bravo on voting in 64. I understand everybody was on a rush to get it in and everybody wants to smoke weed, but at the end of the day we kind of fucked up.
In all reality, look at it this way. Look at all these clubs that have been here since the early 2000s. Like look at HHS over there in West Hollywood. They have been there. That was like the first collective I think I went to back when I got my card in like 2003.
Yep, I've been there.
You could have got a card and like got legal weed this whole time. We didn't need to vote it in. All you did was vote to make rich assholes richer assholes
and make the cops be more on your ass.
Yeah, it's more regulations. It's like, oh man, people just were like, oh yeah, we get to smoke weed now, it's all good. They didn't take into consideration like what the final outcome was going to be.
Yep. Well, we have to take a break here on the Cannabis Couch. It's time for all of us to meet up because we had some late stoner business people, but it's all good. And so why doesn't everybody go ahead and take a dab for us? We're going to go outside, take a dab, smoke a joint, and have a good old time from the Cannabis Couch. Keep it tuned in. Thank you. on Chaotic Radio with the Cannabis Couch. We're brought to you by the TerpHouse. They're the reasons I get to come on the radio and say fucking shit and do whatever the hell I want. So thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, TerpHouse.
Yeah,
It's good friends to have.
They are good friends to have. I'm not gonna lie. It's a really awesome thing that I get to be on here and do what I do. So it's fun as hell. You know what I mean? Why not? But so the real reason that we're having the whole show is because of the photography and the art aspect of photography and everything. And during the break right now, we were just discussing how we kind of grew up on the same level and knowing a lot of the same people, because Brian knows basically most of my family, which I apologize because they're not the nicest or the greatest people in the world, but hey, you know, they are what they are. But so him being a local boy and me being a local boy, which is really cool, because you know, a lot of people from Riverside, you either make it or you didn't from Riverside, and that's one thing. You either became a huge drug addict or you actually did something with your life. I didn't really find a lot of people that had a middle ground, which is really cool to see somebody make it out, especially because so many people around us did fall down, which was a problem.
Yep.
I saw a lot of other people grow up and get into the heavier drugs and whatnot, so that's why I basically stuck around with marijuana, and because I didn't really see anybody getting too fucked up from marijuana. I just saw everybody kind of chilling and wanting to do their thing, and
right.
I think that's why so many people do like it, and that's where the stigmata is going to be lost, is because it's going to bring people together a lot more. You know what I mean? Like that whole joke of, hey, you know, do you smoke? Yeah, okay, yeah, well, we just come be best friends. Well, that really does happen a lot.
It's like that scene in Step Brothers.
Yeah, no, it really is. Yeah, no, and it is that.
Did
like
we
that
just become
scene.
Best friends?
Yeah,
Yep.
and what you become really good friends, and you got, you know, you can take off, and it's just that kind of common ground that you can find, you know, and be like, okay, well, we can do this together, and you can take your talents, and I can take my talents, and we can run off with something. And because we smoke weed, we have this common ground and common industry in order to do something, and the way you show your art and your skill is really, really cool. I dig it, you know what I mean? I really do. You're showing me even a couple pieces that you had shot for Steve, and which is neat, you know what I mean? Because his art needs to be displayed, you know, really well. It needs to be photographed really well. He always used to yell at me if I would take a bad picture. He'd be like, you can't post that online. Like, nah. And I'm not a photographer, I'm going to admit right now. So, like, I don't, you know, 1 out of 50 shots, you know, like, okay, yeah, that one's all right. But, you know, I never took good ones. So it's good to see somebody that's, you know, showcasing that art, especially because there's not a lot of people that can do with glass what he does. You know, he really can shape it, and he really can mold it, and he can take other people's sections and stuff and really make everything look badass, and put 3 or 4 different artists together and make the whole piece flow. You know, not make it kind of chunk together in a sense, like, oh, you can just tell it just doesn't work. You know, so it's really good to see somebody that is coming through those professional skills from somewhere else. Because I mean, if you were shooting houses, you obviously know what you're doing. Architectural photography is kind of a bitch to grab the right thing, especially because you're working with outside light. You don't ever really get to control your light or the wind or anything like that. You just kind of have to make it work and make the trees blowing the right direction for you and shit like that.
Yeah, well, I felt like I was learning photography all over again when I started getting into cannabis, because it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah. Explain that for us.
Well, when you're working with cannabis, you're working a lot of times with smaller things. You know, when I'm shooting a house, it's big, it's wide open, a lot of light. When you get into, you know, macro photography and other types of photography, you lose a lot of light lens. And, you know, you have to compensate for that in different ways, you know, more light, natural light, different things. You know, your settings on the camera. I didn't really shoot a lot in manual when I was doing house photography. It was, you know, more like aperture priority or shutter priority for the actual setting on the camera. But in cannabis photography, you really need to get down into the manual aspects and really control every single aspect of that camera when you're taking those pictures to get the good shots.
That's what's up, yeah. And that's a lot of stuff that, I mean, I understand some of it because my dad was a photographer, but we need people like that in our industry, because the regular average stoner with an iPhone isn't going to be able to take that photo, because he's not going to have that knowledge behind him, and be able to understand, about having the shutter open a little bit longer to bring in that light because you're shooting something smaller, or, having your fast shutter speed or anything like that. And like I said again, because it just broadcasts it more as art, and that's what it needs to be. I know a lot of people have made videos, and shout out to Marble Slinger for making Degenerate Art, which is one of the best glass blowing movies I've ever seen. And that's was one of the biggest things in his movie that he's trying to portray, is that this just isn't a bunch of guys sitting around making meth pipes. This is actual art coming out of these studios, and takes a lot of time to learn. And not only that, but I mean, I've worked in glass shop. Y'all don't even know how many fucking times I've been burned, and been burned really bad, and having to get back up on the torch 10 minutes later after you're fucking, you can feel your hand, the numbness wears off. And to be able to have people portray that and to be able to show it, you know what I mean? Because I'm sure if you walked into a glass studio, you'd be able to take pictures and portray like the work and how, what they're really doing. Because I've seen like everything you've done, and I can kind of, in a sense, feel the photo.
Yeah, it actually goes a step further than art as well, especially with glass, everything that has to do with cannabis. I mean, it's pretty much science, math, art, all combined in one. I mean, you can't do a good glass piece without good science behind it. You're not going to have the functionability. Yeah, sovereignty glass is amazing with that, with the functionability.
Yep.
Same thing with growing. It's an art. You sit there, you love your plants, you love what you're doing, and you take it as an art and a science.
You get what you put into things.
Yes.
Definitely get what you put into things. I mean, and that's just it. You get what you put in things. I mean, I don't think I could have put it any better, because when you put in love, you get out love, and you can see that in people's product. You know what I mean? You can see when people rush product, whether, no matter what it is, whether it be flour, slabs, glass, fucking making a t-shirt. Yep. You can tell when somebody rushes a product. I actually put this t-shirt on today. Shout out to my man Joe. He's a comic. He's got the number 4 fucking comic record in the world right now. I bought it last night. He's fucking amazing. Awesome. Joe Sib. Yeah. Nowhere near the top. That's it. And that's kind of how I feel too. You know what I mean? Like in this game, I'm nowhere near the top, even though I kind of made it in a sense, but still nowhere near the top. But kind of got off topic because Joe's my man. He was fucking hilarious last night. I was cracking the fuck up. I was lucky too. I had front row seats. Get to watch his ass. It was great.
We'll have to come with you sometime.
Oh yeah, it's fucking great. Go out right here to the Ontario Improv.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta get there a little bit early.
We'll talk about it later.
Seats. But yeah, that's what's up. It's some fun shit. Go get all high as fuck.
The Improv is definitely a cool spot. I've seen some big people there. It's
dude, we have a blast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Roll as the Cannabis Couch crew, and we'll fucking go and get high as fuck right beforehand.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
We're gonna go mess up other places tonight.
Oh fuck, we're gonna get way fucked up. Why don't you you are a great spokesperson, so let's let you speak on that a little bit. Why don't you tell everybody what our fucking mission? We were going on a stoner mission.
Well, I already started mine.
Yeah, you've been on a stoner mission.
I had to go by, and I didn't have to. I'm privileged to be able to go by Doug's coffee shop, the Hitman Coffee Shop, and drop off some issues of our article that you were talking about earlier. And Brian did take phenomenal. He's got so many more pictures of everything that we've done that you haven't even seen. He takes phenomenal pictures. And then we came here. We're going to go from here over to the Stone Sesh in Victorville. We're going to hang out with Medicaid on My Level and Infused Edibles, Greenery Depot, lots of other people. Then we're going to go from there back to the Hitman Coffee Shop, because I think we're all on a mission there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Shout out Donis, Greenery Depot. He was on the show not that long ago.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
I love them all.
I'm still smoking that fucking Tata.
They know they get their picture on my page for a reason.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
He is a really great guy. I've supported him for a long time. I've known him since.
Dude, they've been good to me
that.
since like the first time I met him.
Oh yeah. I don't think I mean I've never heard a bad word about Donovis. I mean, unless you're a piece of shit yourself.
I've never heard anything.
It's like, well, if you're talking shit on him, like, let's look at your character first before we examine why he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Right. What did you do?
Yeah. What did you do? How fucked up are you of an individual?
Yeah. So we're gonna have a good night.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be an amazing night. It'll be an amazing night.
And I'm sure Brian will get some awesome pictures.
Oh, I'm sure. I'll be looking forward to it.
Dude, he's been prepping for this shit for a good 10 minutes. Dude, he's breaking that blunt up perfect. He's like, dude, we got to do the loop.
Man.
Yeah, I thought there was one up here that I could roll, but this one's already rolled.
In the bag.
He's a step ahead of the crowd.
That one's already rolled?
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, what a problem to have.
He said, I smell that. We need to get it in something.
Yeah, that's... Well,
and you know I've always got raps.
That's what we get to see. That's what we get to have here in next break. So
ultimately, what I was thinking too is this: we're sitting here chopping it up and everything. What is does anyone out there that's listening have anything to comment or say? Anything going on?
Who else is gonna meet up with us at Stone's?
Let's get people involved in this.
Nobody's commented yet.
Right?
Somebody's Phil over here.
Well, we gotta open up the line. You know,
it is open. If anybody wants to give a call in, why don't you call in 909-360-8330.
Well, I know that the vendors at Stone's, they're probably pretty darn busy right now. You know, setting up and everything.
No doubt.
Yeah. But they'll have it ready for us by the time we get there.
Hey, Mike, my sound engineer, how come my YouTube is not showing me? It's from an empty studio.
You have to just refresh it. It happened.
It's behind.
It doesn't like me very much, or what?
Yeah, you know.
It's like, you're fucking ugly. Get the
Technology.
fuck off.
It discriminates sometimes.
It does discriminate. It's like, we don't like the stoners. We're not going to work for them.
Damn stoners.
Man.
Damn stoners.
The computer went lazy.
Hey, we don't get our computer high. The fuck? It doesn't have an excuse.
Well, then there you go. It's mine.
And I think it's like upgraded new. Mike's our computer guy. Our computers are badass, aren't they?
Oh man, super super awesome.
See?
We got computers better than NASA and shit.
Oh, what?
Now I see why he was looking at that joint like, you can't fuck me up. I got shit to do.
Right?
No, he doesn't. But here, we have this thing, and I'm going to tell you right now. If he sets foot inside the studio while my show is on, he owes a hit, and he knows that. So he will never come inside the studio. So he always stops right at the door, and he's like, oh, he says what he has to say, and he turns around and goes back in there.
I'm staying in my little box.
He stays in his box. And I don't say that because I don't want him in the studio. I say that because I want him to smoke weed.
I know.
And one day he's going to fuck up and walk in. I'm like, oh, you owe me. He's going to be like, God damn it.
Dude, I know so many people that would be so much better off if they would just smoke.
No, he's a cool guy. I'm not going to be better off. I just want to see him high.
You heard her. She's like, he's an asshole. You heard her.
Oh, no.
I love to give people their first dab and fuck their world
I
off.
like taking them to their first sesh now. That's become like my new thing.
Okay, so my first
And he
dab
wants
ever.
to fuck me off, apparently, that guy over there. I don't know what's going on.
Are you coming with us?
No, I have the album released tonight.
Oh.
Okay, so let's plug that for a second. There's an album release party for 7 days away. BP, one of the owners of the TerpHouse, and like I said, TerpHouse is the reason we get to be on the air, is in a band called 7 Days Away. They have a new album that will be coming out. You can buy it on iTunes. You can buy it all over the internet. So if you like that type of music, it's awesome fucking, it's actual music, people. I'm not, and that's why I said the word music, because it's actual music. They play instruments. I don't know if kids know what those are, but it's a guitar and it has strings, and then a bass that also has strings, and the drums, and you beat on it.
It's a rare art. It's
a rare art. Yeah, people don't actually know how to do it. Oh, and they have a singer. That's where he doesn't need what is that?
Auto-tune.
An auto-tune. Right. Yeah, he doesn't need auto-tune. He can actually sing.
Wow.
So if you guys want to, right?
No
because
shit.
People just don't do that. I mean, they call those oldies. I think now when you go on the radio station,
I think we went through a really
oldies.
rough period with music, but I do see it turning to something.
I hope.
No. The biggest example that stands out in my mind is like there was this thing on Facebook where it said like, you know, a Led Zeppelin song or a Queen song or something like that. One writer, 3 this, something like that. Like it basically just took like a few people to create this like masterful song that still is big today. And then you go to and then it was compared to like some Beyonce song, like some side by side where it's like 27 people, this and that and the other, and it's like that's exactly it was bullshit. It took more people to create bullshit now than it took back then to create good stuff.
It's music. It has a melody, it has a tune, and it has a substance. So it's music.
I'll leave it alone.
It's just not instrumental, like, you know, actual 7 days away where they actually play their fucking guitars and it sounds good. So we have another show where you can come on and talk about that one. But, like, you know, this is the Cannabis Couch, and that fucking weed smells great.
I know.
He's over here.
What do you got there?
That's why he's my homeboy.
This is Sunset Sherbet by Raw Genetics.
Nice.
It is absolutely beautiful.
Nice.
I got some herb in my backpack. I got the shatter too.
You can check out some photos
nice.
You can check out some photos of it on my Instagram at sparked_interest_photography. And yeah, it's delicious. Go check out those photos.
Yeah, check out they're great photos. I'm sure I haven't even seen them yet, but I know they're great photos because, you know, the man took them right here.
This company here, my buddy Brad over at Raw Genetics and Chris over at Standard Solventless were some of the first people to provide me with some product to take photos with. So shout out to them. Thanks a lot, guys.
Good deal. Well, I'm sure
Support each other.
Yeah, I'm sure we can get some more people too. I'm sure I got some friends that would love some pictures taken of their stuff. So I'm sure I can get you some wax and some flowers and stuff. I got some buddies that grow some amazing shit, and they take okay photos, but nothing like what you take.
Yeah, with the phone, you know, you're gonna get a good photo here and there.
Yeah, but they're built to be good. They got great software.
Yeah, you're gonna get good photos off a phone, but you're just not gonna have the consistency, and you can't get as close as you can with the DLSR. And
really get up on there. Have you? I wanted to ask you this question because it's something like I know Ed does a lot. Ed Rosenthal is that he takes like the zoom in pictures on like the trichomes and stuff like that. Have you started getting into anything like that?
I get a little bit into that. I need to get into some gardens so I can get some more live photos because that's where you're gonna get those.
Okay.
We tried, but we weren't like the last time I knew somebody, and we just didn't have the time.
Yeah, my schedule's just it's hard to get into to make schedule work to get into other people's gardens.
Right. Well, I know some people. We'll talk about that off the air. But yeah,
they'd be blessed to have them.
I think I can, you know, we'll work some stuff out. There's some people actually we're going to see tonight that I know we can talk to, nice. And we'll get that worked out. That'll be dope. Yeah. Hey, get you in there. Get some live shots. That'd be awesome. I'd love to be a part of that actually. So I'll definitely work on that one. But so where can people find you? Where can people get a hold of you? How can they see your photos and everything like that? What's your Instagram handle?
Right now, Instagram is the main place where you're going to see all my work. I'm working on a website right now as well. The Instagram name is sparked_interest_photography. And like I said, I got the website coming out. Should be out in the next month. Once I get the website up, all my services will be posted up on there, as well as photos to purchase if you're interested in hanging one up on your wall, or if you're a dispensary and looking for some nice photos to decorate your place. You'll be able to find them there in about a month. For now, I could be reached by email at sparkedinterestphotography@gmail.com. And that's pretty much my main point of contact for right now until the website's up.
Good deal. I'm gonna have to pick up some of those. I'm about to go get a house out in Arizona because that's where my kids are moving. So,
beautiful.
Yeah, and they have big ass houses out there, so there's a lot of wall space. So definitely need something fucking dope to throw up and whatnot. Because I don't give a fuck. People come in and be like, "Is that nug?" Yeah, that's weed. I don't give a fuck. Cannabis. Yeah, it's cannabis. You know, out there though, people are. It's weed out there because they still got too much of a stigma on it.
They still got to catch up out there.
Yeah, they still got to catch up. Yeah, they're still about 7 years behind us on everything.
At least you're cool to roll through with an eighth now, though. I'm not worried about 10 years in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's an eighth? Fuck, I smoked that in a couple hours.
Well, you know what I mean. At least you could have something now without getting your balls totally busted. You know, like before, it was just like so sketch to even bring like a joint across the border.
If you even had a seat in your car.
Yeah, dude, it was really sketch. You know, you're like, okay, if we get pulled over with these 2 joints, you're eating one, I'm eating one, right? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like there was no ifs, ands, or buts. You didn't even bring extra zigzags. It was bullshit. You know.
I actually have a cousin, and Ryan knows who he is. And this motherfucker, he was partying in California, on the California side of the river with the joint. He's like, yeah, he's having a fucking blast.
I already know where this is going.
Right? Well, everybody knows once you're on the river, you're actually in Arizona. Yeah. Only when you're on the shore are you in California. Once you're on the river, you're in Arizona. So this motherfucker jumps on a boat. It is anchored. He jumps on the boat and starts fucking, you know, he's sitting there fucking, whoop, whoop, whoop. Here comes the fucking guys, and they sure shit pissed him. He goes, no, I'm in California. They go, no, I'm sorry, you're in Arizona.
You're not on land, son.
Yeah, he's like, and they're like, no, you're in Arizona. No, and this was back before cards. This was back when I think I was in middle school, so that was even before 215 passed. And so I was like, man, yeah, he was fucked. He was completely fucked. But I don't know, somehow he got out of it.
He wasn't even smart by California standards at that time.
Well, no, but at least California still, I mean, for a joint, they weren't gonna fuck with you. You know what I mean? Like you had to have an ounce or over for California to mess with you.
He should have known not to go in the river.
That's not true.
Yeah, many beers.
I've got personal experience.
What is your personal experience? I'd love to hear it.
Probably in about 2005, I was with a friend of mine. I was dropping him off after work. Was pulled over. He was going to get his car, and some cops rolled up, smelled some weed, saw the pipe, asked if they could search the car. Went through, the car, went through my pockets, found a half an eighth of some just dank weed. They fucking took it. They wrote me a ticket. I had to go to fucking drug school for it. That prop, whatever, for drug classes. Mm-hmm. Yep. For a half an eighth of weed. From 2005.
2 fucking grams.
Yep.
What year was that?
I think it was 2003, 2005, somewhere around there.
Where were you at?
In Riverside.
Why didn't you ever wreck?
Around the same time I got pulled over in Palm Springs, and the cop handed me my weed bag.
My wreck had lapsed.
Oh.
Yep.
I guess it just depends on where you're at.
My buddy that was in the car had his wreck, but mine had lapsed.
And so you got the ticket?
Yep.
Damn, that's some shitty fuck. And it does. It really does just depend on who you're at, where you're at, and what cop you get, I guess, because I've had friends that got pulled over up in Anza, and they had an ounce on them, and the cop was like, how much you got? An ounce. This is all you have? Yeah. And so they took it and they dumped it out because it was all dirt, and then they
We've had that happen before.
Well, they changed the laws on marijuana as well a couple years back to where it's just a misdemeanor under an ounce.
Yeah, they decriminalized. Yeah, completely. So. But I still think that too many people honestly are driving around with weed. I was going to work yesterday morning, and I got off the freeway, and as I was getting off the freeway, it was kind of funny because I don't know what was happening on the on-ramp of the freeway, but there was actually a cop standing there, and he was pulling people over by hand. I was just laughing because people were getting pulled over. But as I turned on, I saw this guy sitting there in his Prius. It was a green Prius, and it was on Main Street in Corona. So if this is you, if you're listening, stop smoking weed in your fucking car, you dumbass, because everybody can see you have no tinted windows. I saw him clear as day. He fucking put his little, nose burner pipe up to his face.
With a pipe?
Yeah, and he takes a little hit, and he blows it out, and his windows are all up. So then his fucking car is just smoky. And I'm like, okay, yeah, everybody smokes those vape, pins around here and shit like that, the actual tobacco ones. But even that shit disperses. Marijuana smoke does not disperse like that. So he's like just sitting in there hotboxing the car as he's driving down the fucking street. And my whole thought is like, man, when you roll the window down for the cop, this fool's just gonna get hit in the face with smoke. And like, no, officer, I wasn't smoking while driving. Like you can explain the smell of weed smoke in your car, and there's a difference between burnt and dank ass weed just sitting in your pocket. So the cops are obviously gonna know, and I see people all the time rolling around smoking bud, smoking a joint that they just left the collective, and everybody gives those fucking shitty ass free joints. But a lot of people like those. It's full of. It's not even Snickle Fritz. It's like the shit Snickle Fritz.
It's like the shake off Snickle Fritz.
She just took it right out of me. I was gonna say the same.
Yeah, it's water leaves
and sticks,
and all the other bullshit.
There's been a couple times where I've been at clinics and I'm like, Nah, you know, I'm good. I don't even smoke flower. When they try to give me that shit, I'm like, ugh.
When I give them away,
I know
though,
what you're
it's not
trying to
like
give
that.
away, fucker.
Yeah, I don't really like that stuff.
Usually I'll just take them when somebody asks me for change. I'll give it to them.
I do that too.
Give it to the homeless guy on the on-ramp here. you know
Dude, that's
what?
the best thing ever right
I
there.
do that.
But I
Yeah.
see people driving away from the collectives because I go to the shops every now and then, like because my buddies give me bud and stuff, but they give me bud in like, you know, mass quantities. So it's like, here's half an ounce. Well, everybody knows by the time you go through half of that shit, you're like, fuck, this isn't really getting me high anymore. So you gotta go something else. So I go to collectors every now and then. And this one I go to always gives, you know, a Snickle Fritz joint. And I always constantly see people now leaving. They're lighting them up as they're driving down the street. And I'm like, man, a cop is going to have a fucking field day. He's going to sit here and make, tens of thousands of dollars for the city, you know, just pulling people over and impounding vehicles and sending people to jail all day long because you can.
And they probably just took a fat dab too, so their eyes are probably just shot as shit.
They actually don't give dabs there.
Okay.
They don't give dabs anymore for that reason because it's like a bar. Yep. And if you send somebody away that's too fucked up, then you are held liable.
Right.
So I've seen a lot of places cut down on giving the dabs. And when they do give you a dab, it's like a bitch ass dab unless you know them. You know, they're like, it's like, why are you even gonna give me that? What the fuck is it? Like, okay, I'm done. The fuck is that?
Can I have more, please?
Yeah, seriously. Like, do I have to buy some to take?
You want money?
But at that point, I'll just wait to go home. You know, but I usually know the people anyways. But yeah, like people driving and while stoned and while intoxicated. Don't get me wrong, I've done it a lot of times, but I try to do it a lot less now. I don't even drive a product in my car. I mean, I'm the host of the Cannabis Couch. When I show up here, I have no product. There's no product in my car. There's nothing. Because I have a lot online. I have kids. I have all this bullshit. And I just cannot afford to be pulled over and be
even the hassle of it.
Yeah, I just don't want to deal with it. You know, and so if they pulled me over, do you have anything? No. You want to search for your car? Yeah, go ahead. You're gonna fucking be searching a long time to find some shit. You're gonna find some condoms, maybe an empty weed container in the back or something. But there ain't gonna be, you know, there's not gonna be very much. You know, it's some. And at this point, nobody can really get busted under 64. Really, you're allowed to basically have an empty weed container in your car, and you can't get popped for it.
Yep.
So,
but what 64 did do is it's gonna crack down a lot more on the driving, like you're talking about. People driving, smoking. It's just going to be
penalties will increase.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, people are already getting pulled over and having their vehicles taken for it and getting these, you know, fat tickets and whatnot. So they need to.
It's just about being smart, dude. It's like you're cruising down the freeway, check your mirrors, look ahead of you, take a quick puff, put it back in your lap. You know, like be old school smart about it, and you won't get.
These are the same. Nailed. No, but see, there you go. You just brought up a point. You said be old school smart about it. These aren't the old school people. These are the people that voted 64 in, thinking, oh, I'm going to vote 64 in.
I can do whatever I want.
Because now it's legal to smoke weed, and I can go ahead and smoke it and do what I want to do.
You gotta learn the hard way, right?
You know, and and you fucking idiots.
That way they'll learn.
Well, nobody read the law. They all just took it as face value of, hey, we're gonna have recreational use of cannabis. Well, y'all fucking didn't.
When was the last time you involved the government in something that became better?
Right.
I'll wait.
There
we go.
Just thinking.
There we go. I mean,
I don't
know.
No.
Yeah, there we go.
Prohibition.
Nope.
So that's the answer.
Yeah, I don't really. They did that.
Birth control?
No. Health? No, they didn't do that either.
Obamacare was a real fucking winner.
No. Oh, border control. No, they didn't do that either. Oh, no, I can't fucking think of anything.
No.
I really just can't. Drug war. Yeah, they lost that.
Libya.
We all lost.
Not too good.
Nope. Yep. Everything fucked that up. You know what I mean? But
they'll keep.
Well, think about last time they tried to make alcohol illegal. The coolest fucking speakeasies were, you know, the places you had to like seek out and find. You know, like hopefully that's the way the.
I got a pop question. He brought up alcohol. Anybody know what was in Al Capone's vault?
Probably weed.
A Tommy gun.
I say cannabis.
A lot of money.
I'm gonna say cannabis too.
Nothing.
Nothing.
There's nothing in Al Capone's vault.
Empty.
Okay.
What
He
the
spent
fuck?
it.
He spent.
He did what he was supposed to do. He spent it. Well, hey, we got a break that we got to get to here real quick because we do have people that allow us to be on the air and say fuck, shit, fuck, and we have this goddamn blunt that we got to go smoke, and the whole fucking studio smells like weed. I love this shit.
Bye.
So yeah, y'all smoke one up for us. We're gonna go ahead and smoke one up for you, and we will be right back here on the Cannabis Couch, brought to you by the TerpHouse.
Yeah, like
All right. And we're back for the last session here on this wonderful Friday for the Cannabis Couch. Again, brought to you by the TerpHouse. I just got to shout out those guys. They show them a lot of love. They show us a lot of love, and they show the community a lot of love. So thank you very much to Carl, and Carl. They are some wonderful.
Carl, and Carl.
Carl, and Carl. That's who.
That's awesome.
That's them. They're just some Indiana boys, and yeah. So it's Carl.
Appreciate that.
I don't know, but thank you. If they do a lot for the community, thank you.
Yeah, they do. They do a lot. They'll give away. They make sure they put out a really good product. That's like one of the biggest things is that their products are really on point. They don't put out any trash, and so because they want people to actually have this as a medicine.
Yes.
One of the owners has a brain aneurysm, and so he really has to use this as a medicine in order to function every single day, instead of taking pills and everything like that. So he really does view this as a cause, as something that's close to his heart. So that's why he really puts this out there, and that's why he puts me on the air to go ahead and promote it all, and put out good cannabis vibes. Because that's what he wants. So that's why he put me on the air, and that's why I have all you guys here, is because we all promote that good cannabis vibes. Doing
that's
things
awesome.
the correct way, and that's what's up. Yeah, shout out to TerpHouse because they are some awesome people.
Shout out! I'd like to meet them sometime.
Yeah, they're good guys. They're busy as hell. Actually, I haven't even seen them in like a week or two, in like a week and a half actually since the concert. But like I said, they have another concert tonight, but we got work to do. So I'd rather go work. I like work, actually.
I like that.
My job doesn't suck.
No, it doesn't.
So, yeah, get to smoke weed and fucking thank you. I'm fucking blazed, by the way.
Me too. Both of them.
Yeah, how was
both
that?
of them.
Yeah, I'm fucking, it was
Delicious.
good. Yeah, between that dab and that fucking blunt, I'm fucking really high. I don't usually smoke weed and dabs in the same sessions, one or the other, and this one's kind of got me a little...
Gotta mix the two.
Hey, I told you were in for it.
I don't know, I feel good. Nah, that's what's up. I ain't fucked up though. Fuck. I gotta definitely try some of the other flavors when we get off the thing here.
We'll leave you stuck.
I told
That's all
you.
good. I'm not driving, so.
I only shout out names worth it.
Oh yeah, me too.
And I've been talking about his concentrates to each and every one of you since I've known you.
Oh yeah, no, I've had some breaking slaps before. He's a Riverside kid.
Yeah.
The company actually is from around there, so I've had the product before.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, it is definitely good stuff. I don't. All right, we were saying this beforehand. We're all snobs.
Glob snobs.
Yeah.
Well, I'm everything snob.
I'm a
Edible
glass snob.
glass
I'm a cannabis snob. I'm a dab snob.
I am. I'm a
like
sesh
crap.
snob.
Food snob.
Sometimes.
I don't know. I'm kind of a garbage disposal on that one.
I was gonna say I don't share that one, dude. I'll eat like a
I'm just
trucker.
picky.
I'll eat. I don't get. Well, some things I won't eat, but then like if I'm really high and it looks good, I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll eat it. Because I have a really fast metabolism, so when I look at food, I don't think like, oh, it's gonna be fat. I'm like, fuck it.
We gotta get you taking pictures of food. I bet you could take awesome pictures.
Like every other white girl on Instagram.
Like every other white
Instagram
girl.
all day long.
Don't listen to that.
If it's
If
cannabis,
it's got cannabis,
Yeah.
yeah, cannabis
infused
Have
food.
you seen
There
the
we
new they're candies and it looks like nugs. And he's got a jar and it's like a jar of nugs, but it's candy.
haven't seen.
It's just
Now I'm just very curious on how it tastes.
I've been hearing about some chocolate that looks like nugs lately and shit. Like there's going to be a lot of things. That's the one good thing about legalization that I can say though, is that when it becomes more popular, more variety will come to the table as far as products.
But all that fancy shit is gone. Yeah. Because it's all considered packaging to children because you cannot fancy up your shit. So there's no more fanciness. It is basically going to be these little itty bitty squares. So,
but if it's candy that looks like nugs,
you can't.
You can keep it away from kids because it looks like nugs. You can't touch
because
cannabis.
the packaging looks nice.
Appealing.
Let's face it. Did we all go out there and like eat edibles? No.
I'm going to later.
For many of us on the recreational side of things, edibles are definitely taking a back seat. Let's face it.
Well,
it's more for it has a recreational side, but it's definitely not the driving factor.
No, it's not the driving factor, but I think I definitely like the CBD edibles. Like I think about kids with autism or like elderly with Alzheimer's, and I think that's going to come in very handy.
That's what it's great for.
Right. No, I think it's
People
gonna be good for that.
I actually have a cousin who can't smoke. Just can't smoke. Period.
My mom.
But she'll eat the edibles, and she has like not epilepsy, but scoliosis, and she
It's going to have its place.
but that's the one form that she's willing to ingest. She won't smoke a dab, she won't smoke a joint, anything
she'll eat the
like that. But she'll eat the candies and like the edibles and whatnot. So that for those people, I think they're great.
Yeah, it's going to have its place.
I like the brownies and stuff like that. The only problem is that I have to buy the brownies and shit that aren't that potent.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want to make it sound like I'm dissing edible in any way because I still like to eat them, but it's just not my my
Oh no, and I agree with you because and that's kind of where I was going with it was that's why I have to buy the ones that aren't that potent because my dumb ass eats a bunch of them because they aren't my thing and I like to eat and I'm fucking skinny and I can put it away. So when you give me a plate of brownies, I think that you just gave me a plate of brownies.
You don't see all the weed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't give a fuck if there's all the weed in there or not. I'm just like, I see brownies. I'm like, yeah, like, believe me. Okay, this body does not represent what the mind sees because I am a total fat kid here. Like, I will just eat all of this. You know what I mean? But I ride my bike like 20 miles a day.
Right.
So it doesn't really matter. Like, I can eat all of this. Why? Because I burn it off in 10 fucking minutes. I ride Sycamore Canyon almost every single day. So
I eat a lot and I just end up working it off.
yeah, I just fucking work and ride and work and ride. That's all I do. I love
Cannabis, though, doing research, cannabis has been proven to help your metabolism and level things out. So a lot of people that we can stay the same general size if we're intaking a lot of THC, THCA.
Oh, I take a lot.
Well, that keeps your metabolism going too.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I'm always fucking hungry. I wake up hungry.
People
It sucks.
thyroid medicine, we can get so many people off of thyroid medicine.
I know it'll have the opposite effect because they're like, well, this is going to make me hungrier. No, it's going to make you more active.
Edibles give me the munchies though.
See, everything gives me the munchies.
Not
I don't
me.
care what form of cannabis it is. It all gives me the munchies. Like, I'm hungry as fuck right now after
I'm
that.
so hungry.
I'm not even going to lie.
You hear that, Stone Sesh?
Yeah, I'm coming. Fuck, you hear that Jack in the Box down the fucking street. Are you kidding me, dude?
We're not even going to make it that far.
I'm not making it to Stone Sesh. Fuck, who's driving me to Jack in the Box? That's my only question.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
We can do better than Jack in the Box.
hey, I was just going for whatever was close. I didn't give a fuck. But hey, we can do better than Jack in the Box. Ontario Mills is right down the street.
You won't make it to Victorville without needing to stop for a porta potty.
It's got a fucking point. Point on that.
We got to
one.
get you there.
And there's not that many spots. Oh, hey, when we're driving to Victorville, let's just make sure we have to avoid big rigs. Because did everybody see that video? We talked about it on the last show, but did everybody see that video of the car getting dragged up the Cajon Pass? Really? Homie's got a smartphone. Look that shit up.
Now you got me wanting to see it.
Okay, yeah.
I told you I don't have a TV.
How far are we talking? And were they dragged under the truck?
No, like he's like propped up on the side, kind of, and he's getting
God, that's
dragged
like
down
my
the thing.
nightmare.
And I want to say like 3 football fields.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, this could be considered a fun ride.
What?
Dude, if you see the guy in the car,
No death, right? I mean,
I'm not riding with you.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fucking hilarious.
Why does everyone say that?
Oh no.
That actually almost happened to me once.
What?
Yeah, I was in the military, and I was
Thank you, by the way.
in North Carolina. I was driving down to Georgia for a little weekend party retreat, meet some girl, and it was raining really hard, and I hydroplaned at a Honda Del Sol. So it was like
That's a
low to the
tiny-
ground,
yeah.
all raced out, like slid like halfway underneath this semi. And I got it corrected and got back from underneath it. It was pretty insane.
All it would have taken is that thing just for those tires to go over you. You'd have been like, straight
God.
crushed.
Yep.
Damn, you were lucky.
That's like Griswold.
That's freaky.
I've had some sketchy times in cars, and luckily I didn't really I didn't get high when I was a kid like I do now. So I don't drive like I did when I was a kid, but man, when I was a kid, I used to fucking do some sketchy ass shit. I had a little Honda Civic, and it was all souped up, and I mean, I love Hondas, but fuck you, Honda, because you made us, you allowed us to make those things super fucking powerful, and they were tin fucking cans. And I wadded many of those things just right up into other cars, telephone poles, trees, bumpers, I don't know, all kinds of shit on the road, whatever, you know what I mean? Fuck Hondas. I love them, but fuck them. All at the same time. So I drive a Volvo. Can't hurt my Volvo. I love that thing.
I love Volkswagen.
Staying safe.
Staying safe. That's right. I was just telling him, but I got an all-wheel drive turbo Volvo.
Volvos are nice.
And if you roll up next to me and you're on a street bike, be prepared because I will smash your fucking ass all the way across the fucking intersection. I know you're gonna beat me after that, but I'm gonna fuck with you for that fucking 60 feet I have. I'll kick your fucking ass.
And I can vouch for it. You will not expect it.
No, you will not expect it. You'll see this car and be like, what the fuck? This motherfucker's stoned and he's whooping my ass. Yeah, no, my car's pretty quick, and I love it. I'm a gearhead, and you will not expect it when you see my ride. But if you have a street bike and you want to race 60 feet, I got you. I'm going to fuck you up.
60 feet.
Hey, I'll get you that 60 feet. You know what I mean? Hey, drag races are won in 60 feet. They're lost at 61, but they're won at 60.
Right.
And that's how it goes. All right, back to cannabis because that's what we're all talking about. We're all gearheads too. I need to get a fucking car show too because I always end up going to cars on this motherfucking show. Cars and cannabis. That's what I need to.
I kind of want to. Yeah, I have some ideas to integrate a lot of things.
That'd be kind of funny. I need to do that actually. Have a cars and cannabis episode where we sit here and talk about cars and fucking getting high. You know, because I kid you not, back to cars real fast. There's a street right back over here called Ontario, and I have been busted on that street, or in Ontario called Airport, and I have been busted on that street so many fucking times. I will not even drive down it now.
You finally learned?
No, I just hate the street. It's fucking cursed.
Stay
Fuck
away.
that street. No.
Drive nice.
You can call it the hot box episode.
You hear that car just go by?
Episode. That's what's up. No, that's what's up, dude.
That's because the street racing is big out here.
You have to
in
come on it
Ontario.
now.
Right.
All right.
You nailed it. You made it. You have to come on it. Street racing is big out here in Ontario.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun when you do it in a controlled environment. I'm going to say that because we have viewers and moms and dads listening.
Don't try this at home.
Don't do it. Actually, kids, you know what? Don't, because it's funner to do it on a drag strip. One, because your car goes faster, so just do it there.
Right, it's made for.
Just don't do it like
stoned.
Fast and the Furious, and you're good.
Definitely don't, because it doesn't work out how the movies. All right, you cannot jump from tower to fucking tower. Jason Statham is not going to fucking do the grenade launcher to help you launch over. It's not going to work. I love that movie. I want to see the last one. I want to see this one, but
I don't know how I feel about the one after Paul Walker died. I'm good on that.
That's kind of why I haven't gone to see it yet.
Yeah.
I'll see it when I rip it off when I get it on bootleg.
I've had the opportunity. I'm good on that.
Yeah, I don't know if I really.
I haven't watched the new
it.
Ghostbusters either.
That's actually hilarious.
Is it?
Yeah, I watched that stoned.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another episode, movies and cannabis.
Give it a try. If it sucks, fuck it.
No, actually, the new Ghostbusters, I thought it was pretty funny because they didn't try to remake the old Ghostbusters.
Okay.
They kind of put their own little spin on it. And I think if they would have tried to remake it, it would have been stupid. But they put their own little spin.
When have you ever had a remake where you're like, that shit was way better than the first one?
The only one was
The Fast and the
Amityville
Furious.
Horror.
Do you guys actually know that The Fast and the Furious was a remake? Yeah.
You know, I do remember seeing like an old clip from like 60s, 70s shit. Huh? Like,
Fast and the Furious was based off a newspaper article years ago, off of a true story.
how many years are we talking?
No, they made, if you look it up, there's a black and white movie called The Fast and the Furious.
Well,
and
if we're
it's about
talking black
street
and white, that's
racing.
like fucking 50s and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
No, it's about street racing and stuff like that too.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, like there's actually a few movies that they took the concept
Okay, well, I stand
and remade.
corrected.
But I can name a
Songs,
movie.
though,
I
songs
can name a
are
movie.
good.
The remake's better than the original.
What?
Ocean's 11.
I don't know, bro. Because when they stuck it out in the fucking garbage trucks, that was a fucking great idea.
Okay,
All right?
yeah. I
And
mean, the
SWAT
concept of that one, yeah.
I'll give you the SWAT team was good, man. But they fucking got it out in garbage trucks, and that was fucking amazing. That was I don't know if I agree with you because Ocean's 11, the first one was fuck, and it has Sinatra.
Yeah,
fuck
it has
you.
Sinatra. Okay, wait. But a lot of people didn't even know there was an Ocean's 11 back with Sinatra.
This is.
Yeah, I did only because I wanted to be a thief my whole life.
Oh, there you go. You came to the right place.
I'm just a nerd and watch everything.
No, I love Sinatra. He was a badass motherfucker. I wanted a picture of Sinatra. There is one picture that exists of Sinatra that has a joint in his mouth. It's not lit, but it's in his mouth, and you can't ever find it because they won't put
didn't
it on the
inhale.
internet. No, he didn't smoke weed, but he took a picture with it in his mouth, and so I always thought that was the coolest thing. So I was
Right.
wanting to get it. You know what I mean?
Who's the coolest person you ever met?
Oh,
Like that stands out in your mind. You're like, wow, I can't believe I met that person and ran into him.
oh fuck,
Mike the engineer.
Mike was fucking.
I mean,
dope.
I was gonna say that, but you know,
Oh fuck, dude, that's a question. That's a motherfucking
met-
question, right? The coolest person I ever met.
the one that stands out in my mind that I met, and it's funny because I wanted to meet him years and years ago, was George Young, from the movie Blow, the original George Young.
I've met him before.
I mean, dude, that guy. Wow. He saw a lot. He went some cool places. I mean, he was like Pablo's right-hand man for like the North American like flow of Blow, and just I don't know, it just beyond that, though, like just what he's seen, what he's been through, and then seeing him, you never think you'd see someone in the movie, and then when you meet him face to face, you're like, wow, this is a trip,
Yeah. Okay, so I grew up, my dad was a hash smuggler, and like he was a big time hash smuggler, and so he met a lot of people like that, and he knew a lot of them motherfuckers, you know what I mean? So like when I got to grow up and meet him, it wasn't like, oh, I'm getting to meet this person. It's kind of like, oh, I get to meet this guy that did the same thing as my dad did.
I was just a huge fan of the movie, so I just like I guess because that's probably why I thought the movie is like really like the storyline.
Oh yeah, no,
just everything, and I'm like, wow, this is the man.
Yeah,
and he's all that time in federal prison, he gets out, goes back in. I mean, he was just determined to like.
And I believe
get his hustle on. He was like, I don't give a fuck.
I believe, I don't know if he's still locked up, but they actually put him back in jail for a probation violation because he came out here to San Diego and did something. I saw him last July, and he was... he was in Victorville. They put him in jail between last July and now because he came to San Diego, I believe it was, and did a seminar, and he didn't have permission to leave, and so when he came back, his probation officer put him back in jail.
How crappy.
So I don't know if he's still in jail, but yeah, he got put back in jail for a probation violation.
I wonder how long they violate him for.
I think it's a minimum of 6 months. If you violate, I think it's like 6 months. I know that. I believe that's what it is in California.
What, do you go get a Starbucks or something? I mean, come on.
No, like I said, he came out here. They asked for permission, I think it was, and they didn't hear anything.
I thought he just left the seminar, and that's why he.
No. Okay, he left the state because he resides in another state, and so he left the state to be able to come out here to San Diego.
He should have known better,
and he should have. But what they claimed and what their argument is that he has to make a living, and that is how he makes a living is by going to places and by speaking, and that's what they pay, and that is how he makes a living. And so that's the argument that they're basing it off of. But you have to fight it. You know what I mean? It's the criminal justice system. So they have the right to lock you up, and then you have to prove your innocence. Everybody says you're innocent until you're proven guilty. No. Well, if you're innocent, they wouldn't lock you up.
When you're on parole, or probation or whatever, you know the stipulations of what you're supposed to do.
No, yeah, exactly.
If you don't do it, then it's kind of like, I have no way sticking up for the penal system. But I mean, it's like, come on, you know it's expected.
Play the game right.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I do. I don't know if he's still incarcerated. But last I had checked his Instagram, and I don't go on Facebook very much. But last I saw that he unfortunately was incarcerated. Just for that, it wasn't like anything big. He's not going to spend a lot of time in jail, but he is elderly. Not like he really needs to be in jail.
Right.
I mean, not like anybody really needs to be in jail, especially for cannabis or anything like that.
Well, not for cannabis. Some people do.
That's what he was doing. He was like not a seminar, but he was doing a book signing at what was it? Not Abracadabs or one of those big sessions. It was at the fairgrounds and
Chalice.
Was it Chalice?
Yeah, it was Chalice.
Was it Chalice? Yeah, so many of them I can't even remember anymore. But he was just up there doing his book signing, like, hey, like he almost looked like he had just been drinking or something. Like, hey, I'm here.
I mean, he's had a hard life.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. I tip my hat to the guy. Tip my hat to the guy. He's been down a lot of hard roads.
I mean, him and Scarface probably rival on that shit.
Right.
How much blow you put up your nose? Not as much as George.
10 grams in 10 minutes.
Fuck that. I've had a buddy that had a bachelor party and okay, yeah, statute of limitations is up. He's been married that long. But we had quite a bit of cocaine that night. 8 people, way too much. It was a lot of fun. Strippers, cocaine. Good night. Good night. That's all I gotta say.
You need to say no more.
Good night. Yeah, I'm sure everybody in this room and in that room feels what I have just said. Look, Mike's got a smile on his face, like yes.
In the past,
I know about it.
I stay so far from it now, though. Like it got to a point that like it was more fun to think about it, and then like when I would have it and I would do it, it'd be like, God, I hate this shit.
Yeah, not for me.
It did for me. I didn't have a problem leaving that one alone. I had a problem leaving opiates alone, but cannabis saved me there.
Yeah, cannabis is my one vice. I stick to it and I do it all the time.
We need to get it in rehabs.
I think with 64 and everything, I think that's one of the good things is that it's going to start being
more commonly used.
Right, exactly, because those people are going to be allowed to go get it. They don't have to go get prescriptions or anything like that. They're going to be like, you know what? I want to smoke. I don't want to sit there and smoke cigarettes because everybody knows.
There are some of us that just need a little bit of something to help us through the day, you know. And you're getting medicine and you're feeling better.
That's still kind of a yes and no, because a lot of the employers are still going to go by federal law.
Dude.
Yes, that is true.
You know,
That hurts a lot of us.
a lot of people, I don't know, you know how fast that other shit gets out of your system. You can do it on Friday and be gone by Monday.
Yeah.
You smoke a joint, it's there for a month.
Yeah, exactly, because it gives your fat cells and everything like that.
And it's terrible that way.
It's horrible. I mean, people are doing other shit because they
People are
can get
getting
away with
drunk
it.
all day long.
Right, yeah, I mean, cocaine's out of your system in 3 days. What methamphetamines is out of your system in 3 days.
They're pretty much all out of your system in 3 to 4 days, except for weed. Weed's the tell-all,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah,
Well,
and
yeah.
acid stays in your system, but you got to do a spine tap
That's
to
different,
find
yeah.
that. But
In my opinion, like alcohol is more damaging than anything. It's commonly used, it's commonly bought, and there's people out there that have a sickness with it, and they run around drinking all day long, making a mess, and they don't get fired for that.
no, I know plenty of
If I
alcoholics that
smoke
have been employed for the same company for 30 fucking years.
Exactly. And if I smoke a joint, say I'm a waitress, I smoke a joint, I come back in for my break, I am super happy. My customers are going to be
all bubbly.
super happy. Yeah, super
not-
fed. Everything's going to look great because I'm thinking about food.
Everyone's had this
and
conversation.
I can get fired.
Everyone's had this conversation with their aunt, their uncle, their friend, their coworker about, you know, the alcohol versus the cannabis thing. The reality of it is this: money drives. It's a money-driven world, especially in the Western society. So
Yes.
it's not about what's good for you. It's about what's good,
good for them.
for the economy or for people that are like in the pharmaceutical company. Imagine if you were like a lobbyist and you had great interest in like things that were against cannabis. You're not going to be like, you know, pro. You're not going to help it along. You know, it's dependent upon the people to help it along. That's why it's been held back so long.
I had a story about that actually, real quick. Last story before we get off there, because we gotta get going. We got some other people to get on here. But my grandma, she told me, she goes, I don't like the fact that you smoke weed. After I said, Grandma, remember all the times you were really happy with me? She said, yeah. I said, remember all the times you were really mad at me, like right now? She goes, yeah. I said, I was really stoned both those times. Just so you know. Like my whole life, when you've been really happy, I've been stoned. When you've been really sad, I've been stoned too. So being high had nothing to do with it. It was just life. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
cannabis didn't determine what was happening in my life. It was just life. Cannabis just helped me get through that shit.
My grandma was cool
going
about
through
it.
So yeah, I've had, you know, I got a lot of law enforcement on one side of my family.
Me
so,
too.
So they didn't really like it. And I got a lot of stoners on the other side of my family. So it was kind of it's kind of an even draw. But we have to get off the air here because, you know, we got some wonderful, wonderful people coming on here next. And we are the Cannabis Couch. This is Kaotic Radio. We have, excuse me, damn, I'm fucking a little bit stoned still. We got Breaking Slabs. We have Kush Kitty and Spark Ninja Photography. Thank you guys very much for coming on here today and having this conversation with us. Again, we are the Cannabis Couch, brought to you by the TerpHouse. Stay tuned to Kaotic Radio. Bye, everybody.
One joke.